So what we're going to do today is just a basic thumb spica tape, but we're going to do it specific for de Quervain's tenosynovitis. So what we want to do is try to just tape the wrist into a bit more radial deviation that way, and that'll just take some pressure off these de Quervain tendons here. Okay, and the way to do that, we start with some rigid tape, and this is just a 38mm rigid tape. Don't need too much of it. What we'll do is just create a split in the end of the tape, just like that. So you just need to get your nails in, just create that little split there. And that just lets you come around the edges of the thumb. So you just loop around like that. And that rigid layer is what we want to use to just hold the wrist into a bit more radial deviation. Okay, might just do a couple of them. So I'll just repeat that again. We'll just get your nails in there and just cut through the top end of the rigid tape. Apply that, and you want to try to apply it in a bit of radial deviations, just slightly up. Fix it around, and then just apply the last bit of pressure through there in that radial deviation again. Okay. And that's where we've just got the wrist to try to hold. All right, now to keep that nice and steady, we're just going to apply a straight thumb spica with an EAB tape. Okay, no difference usual, we'll just start with a bit of a lock down there. Then you're just going to come up through the thumb, spike around, try not to crease too much. And we'll just loop that around a few times. And each time, you want to come about a third to halfway up from the previous layer. So you can see we're just getting this nice basket weave pattern. Okay, and we'll finish off there. All right, that's a nice little thumb spica, just trying to protect a bit more of that, these tendons down the inside there, specifically for de Quervain's tenosynovitis and acute presentation, but also just any acute presentation of the wrist where you're wanting to lock that wrist movement and the thumb movement. Okay.